welcome back. Good to see you guys. If it's your first time in this space, my name is Jennifer. Today I'm going to offer a 45-minute power vinyasa class. We're gonna build up a lot of upper body strength, and if you already have it, you're gonna use it. So there's gonna be a lot of planks, some push-ups, and just know that you can always modify or skip whatever doesn't speak to you. Yeah, so when you're ready, you're gonna find child's pose. You're gonna come to the mat, widen the knees, and then sit back into your heels. Relax your forehead onto the ground, but keep an active child's pose by stretching your fingers as weight apart from your hips. Good, if you're ready, press the palms into the ground, but open the fingers very wide apart. Take a breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. One more time, a little deeper inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Relax your shoulders, seal the lips, inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Now when you're ready, lift your forehead off your mat, walk your hands under your shoulders for your first tabletop. So bring your knees under the hips, your palms under your shoulders. And just take a moment to spread the fingers very wide apart from one another. Your palms are your foundation, so you always want to make sure that it's a strong foundation. Good, and then rock forward with your shoulders until you start to feel the tips of your fingers pressing into the ground. And then roll back, kind of towards child's pose, but not really. Just set your hips back towards the heels. And then again, inhale, come forward, shifting shoulders on top of your hands, and then slightly more in front as you rock forward. Now press the bottom, feel the bottom of the index finger pressing into the ground. Exhale, roll back into the hips. And then again, inhale, come forward, shoulders a little bit in front of the fingers. So right here, with your feeling every finger working, pressing into the ground, that's how you want to press your palms every time that you're on the ground when you move into an arm balance. And then exhale, send your shoulders back. Okay. And then come forward again into a just neutral tabletop. This time, bring your palms to face up towards the ceiling. So bring your palms to face towards you. Good. So your fingers are pointing towards the back of the mat, and you're keeping your shoulders stacking with the hands still. Good. And it's just a very gentle stretch. There should be plenty, but if you want to experience a little bit more, just send your hips, rock your hips slightly back. It might be a little, might be a lot. And then maybe rock forward again. And then slightly rock back. When you're ready, find your tabletop. And then tuck your toes behind you. Walk your hands all the way to meet your hips. Okay, and then press your palms together. You're actually not going to press them. Just interlace the fingers, and you're going to make like little waves. Good, with your hands. Just to loosen up the wrist. Maybe some circles to one side. And then the other side. Okay. And if this feels a little bit awkward, then you can always just separate your hands and just make tiny circles. One way, and then the other. Okay. Maybe shake your fingers. Shake. Or squeeze your fingers, and then open your palms. Squeeze, press your palms, and then exhale. Squeeze, extend, squeeze, and open. Just a couple more times like that. And then when you're ready, if you feel that that's plenty for your hands, you can find your downward facing dog. Okay, so find your first inverted V shape, finding your hips away from the floor. And then focus on creating more length through your lower body. Okay, so soften the knees here first, and then stretch your feet, your hips as far back up as you can. And then inhale, come forward into a high push-up position. Good, so bring your hands right under your shoulders. Open the fingers very wide apart, the same way you did on your tabletop. Find the bottom of the index finger pressing into the floor, just the way that we did a moment ago. As you exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips high. Inhale, again, come forward into a plank. Now that you have your foundation, your palms very nice and active into the ground, rotate your elbows to point towards your feet. Now stretch your collarbone to the top of your mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. And one more time, inhale, come forward into plank. Everything that you just did, now activate your core. So bring the navel area away from the floor as you lengthen your tailbone to the direction of your heels. Take another inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. With your inhale, lift your right leg to the ceiling, three-legged dog. And then bend your right knee, exhale, open up your hips. Point your right knee straight up to the ceiling with the option to extend the leg if that helps you open up more. Or sometimes making big circles with the knee to add movement to the hip. Try it out or not. When you're ready, re-extend the leg, close the hip. Bring your foot down, downward facing dog. Other side, lift your left leg, inhale. Bend the left knee, exhale, open up your hips. Try to maintain your chest facing the floor. And only your hips, your left hip is opening to the left side of the room. If you added movement on the other side, go for it, add it here or not. And if you're ready, close your hips, downward facing dog. Now walk your hands to meet your feet, all the way to the back of your mat, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale, flat back, bring your hands to shin bones. Bring the navel away from the floor, fold forward, exhale, breath out. Twice more like that. Halfway lift, inhale, with a soft bend on the knees. Exhale, fold forward, breath out. One more time. Inhale, halfway lift, elongate the sides of your neck. And when you exhale, fold forward, exhale. Rise up, inhale, bring your arms over the head, palms together. Squeeze your inner thighs as you rise up. With your exhale, hinge at the hips, soften the knees again, fold forward, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, inhale, flat back, navel away from the floor. And as you exhale, walk your hands to the top of your mat into high push-up. Good? Now, everything that we did earlier, can you add the legs? You're going to squeeze your inner thighs as if you were squeezing a yoga block between the legs. Take another inhale. Now rock forward with your shoulders a little more. As you exhale, come all the way down to the ground. Untuck your toes behind you and press your palms together behind your back. Shalabhasana, inhale, look down to the floor, but just lift your ribcage and your legs behind you. Actively point your toes to the wall at the back of your mat, and then bring your big toes to touch. Inhale here to lift a little more with your upper bodies if you can. Exhale, tuck your toes behind your hands by your rib cage. Elbows bent towards one another. Tuck your toes, keep your knees on the floor. With your next inhale, lift your hips and your shoulders at the same time. Modified plank to downward facing dog. Exhale. Take a breath in. Exhale, walk your hands to the back of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Rise up, inhale, arms over your head. As you come up, squeeze the inner thighs. Find that imaginary block between the legs. Exhale, fold forward to your thighs. Breath out, relax your head. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen. Walk your hands to the top of your mat into plank. Shoulders on top of your hands, rock forward. Exhale, halfway down this time, low push-up. Up facing dog, inhale, open up your chest. To downward facing dog, exhale, lift. You can always keep the vinyasa part, move straight to your down dog. Take a breath. With your exhale, walk your hands to the back of your mat, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Rise up, inhale, mountain pose, heels down, arms up. Exhale, open up, fold forward, breath out. Halfway lift, inhale, flat back. Walk your hands to the top of your mat into plank. Inhale, rock forward with your shoulders until the tips of the fingers start to press down. Exhale, halfway down the push-up. Open up, inhale, up dog or cobra, your choice. To downward facing dog, exhale, lift. Take a breath. One more time to the back of your mat, exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Rise up, inhale, heels press down, lengthen through your sides as you come up. Exhale, take it down again, fold to your thighs, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, inhale, flat back. Walk your hands to the top of your mat into plank with your exhale. Stay here, take an inhale, rock forward. Exhale, bend your elbows, low push up. Inhale, open up your chest. Downward facing dog, exhale, left. Stay here. Inhale, lift your right leg to the ceiling, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your foot behind your right hand. Drop the back heel down into 45-degree angle for warrior one. Rise up, inhale, lengthen through your sides and find the navel area in, away from the upper thigh. Exhale, hands to the floor, step it back. Inhale into plank, squeeze your legs. Exhale, low push up. Inhale, open your chest. Downward facing dog, breath out. Left leg up, inhale, lift with your heel. Exhale, step it behind the left hand, right heel comes down. Rise up, inhale. As you rise up, hug your rib cage and your lower navel. Thirst your spine. As you exhale, hands to the floor, step it back. Inhale into your plank. Exhale, low push up. Inhale, open up your chest. Up dog, downward facing dog, exhale. Same thing, inhale, right leg high. Exhale, behind the right hand, back heel down. Root down, rise up, inhale, arms left. Palms face towards one another, here, warrior one. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, step it back, plank firm your core. Rock forward, exhale, low push up. Inhale, open up your chest, up dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step it on behind the left hand. Rise up, inhale, warrior one. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale into plank, Dandasana. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up facing dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. One more time, inhale, right leg lifts from your core. Exhale, step it behind the hand, back heel down. Rise up, inhale, arms left. Gaze is to the front. As you exhale, hands to the floor. Step it back, inhale, plank. Exhale, low push up. Inhale, open up your chest. Downward facing dog, breath out. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step it back and behind the left hand. Rise up with your inhale, deep breath. Exhale, step it back. Inhale into plank. Exhale, low push up. Inhale into up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay here, take a breath in. Open mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose, seal your legs. Lift your right leg to the ceiling, inhale. Now step it forward in between your hands, drop your left knee to the ground and rise up, inhale, modified crescent lunge. With your next exhale, hands in prayer, twist to your right side, left elbow side of your right knee, actively press your palms. Okay, and then make sure the front knee moves slightly to the right towards the pinky edge of your foot instead of inwards. Okay, stay with your left knee onto the floor or tuck your toes behind you, lift your knee if you want to keep it more active, if you feel pretty energetic. If you want to find your navel away from that upper thigh, away from the upper thigh. Some of you may be able to open the arms, so with your left hand, reach for the pinky edge of your right foot, and then right hand to the ceiling. If you're ready to bind, go ahead and take your bind. Take another inhale here. Exhale, hands to the floor, low lunge. Inhale, standing splits. Lift your left leg to the ceiling. So look behind you. Make sure the front of your left leg faces down to the ground, just like your 5 toes. And then lift your heel. Stretch your collarbone towards the floor in front of your mat. And this might be plenty. You can also soften the right knee or walk your hands to the right ankle. You can hold onto your right ankle with one hand, maybe both hands. If you have yoga blocks, this is a great way to use them to modify by lifting the floor for you. If you practice handstand or kicking into handstand, this is your chance. Hands into the floor, press down, and then kick up. Just tiny, tiny kicks. Yeah, it's not my forte, so I'm gonna stay right here in standing splits. Take another breath. Now stay here with your exhale. Bend the right knee and then slowly rise up. Hands in prayer. One-legged Tadasana. Bend your left knee into your chest. Exhale, stay here. Take another inhale. Exhale, Garudasana. So they cross the left leg on top of the right. You can keep your foot floating on the air or hook your foot behind your calf. You can keep your hands in prayer or find the left arm all the way under the right for a big hug, or lift your fingers. Some of you might be able to cross your palms. Great, then squeeze everything tight as you sit down into an imaginary chair. You can choose to stay right here, or if you practice side crow, you can unhook your left foot, but keep your legs crossed. Now bring your right elbow outside of the left knee, and then once you find that pressure elbow against the thigh, bring your hands to your left side. Move into a side crow variation, and then once you're up, you can cross your ankles. So it's side crow with eagle arms, eagle legs. We'll meet on eagle. Very slowly come to your center, and then one-legged Tadasana, bending into the chest. Exhale, feet down, hands to your heart center. Close your eyes, take a breath in. Open mouth. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward to your thighs, breath out. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step it back. Either downward facing dog or take a vinyasa. Inhale into plank. Low push-up, exhale. Inhale, open your chest. Downward facing dog, exhale. Cleansing breath, inhale. Open mouth. Lift your left leg, inhale. Exhale, step it forward in between your hands. Drop your right knee. With your next inhale, rise up. Modified crescent lunge. Exhale, hands in prayer. Twist to the left, right outside of your left knee. Press your palms, especially the left palm presses down to find your twist. Again, stay here. Choose. Focus on your twist, or to add balance, lift your right knee. Once you find your leg variation, you can open up your arms. You can practice your bind here. Take another inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor. Standing splits, inhale, lift your right leg to the ceiling. Keep a soft bend on the left leg and then focus on the right leg behind you. Your hips are close here. So from your right hip crease, your quadricep and your right toes are pointing down. Now push back with the heel as you lift it. Once you lift your back leg, stretch the collarbone towards the other side, towards the front, and maintaining that nice length, walk your hands towards the left ankle. You can also just keep the chest halfway lifted if you need less. And then if you practice handstand, hands onto the floor, soften that standing leg, and then kick up. Just tiny, tiny kicks. Inhale, flat back. Soften the left knee as you exhale. Bring your hands in prayer. Rise up, one-legged Tadasana. Inhale, lots of lower body strength, slow and steady. Set your gaze, find your balance. When you're ready, cross your right leg on top, seal the gap between the inner thighs. Stay here or find your foot behind the ankle. Option to find the right arm under the left. Hug for those that doesn't have the shoulder mobility, or lift your fingers with the option to cross your palms. Now press everything tight from your inner thighs all the way to the forearms. And then sit on an imaginary chair. If you want to practice that side crow variation, unhook your foot if you have it. Lower your torso, bring the left elbow all the way outside of the right leg, and then fingers face to the right. Once you have that, hop on, and then cross your ankles again. You're twisting, so feel the twist right in the middle. When you're ready, we'll be back on Garudasana, eagle pose. Very slowly, one-legged Tadasana, bend the right knee to the chest, and then exhale, bring your foot down, hands to your sides. Close your eyes, inhale. Open mouth. Inhale through the nose, arms up this time, eyes are open. Through the nose, exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale, flat back. Exhale, step it back, either straight to down dog or inhale into plank. Exhale, low push up. Inhale, open up your chest. Downward facing dog, exhale, lift. Stay here, take a breath. Open mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through your nose. Walk your hands all the way to the back of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shin bones. And as you exhale, fold forward. Rise up, inhale, arms over your head, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to your heart center, breath out. Now shift the weight to your left foot, bend your right knee. So you're at the bottom of the big toe. Open your knee to the right side, and then find your ankle on top of your right foot onto the ankle, or maybe a little bit higher. Some of you all the way to the inner thigh for Vrikshasana tree pose. Now actively press the foot into the thigh and the thigh into your foot. You're gonna stretch your hips down to the left ankle. Now open your arms wide to the side with the palms facing to the sides of the room, so you're flexing your palms. Push the bottom of the palms out towards the sides as if you were moving walls away from you. Okay? Now gently hug your spine with your shoulder blades. You're not pinching, just gently moving the arm bones into your shoulder socket. Good, take another breath in. Exhale, bring your hands in prayer. Take another breath. Exhale, bringing it into the chest and then down to the ground. Other side, bend the left knee, flex, big toe to the floor and then move the knee to the left side. Right, left ankle on top of the right. Find the height that works for you, okay? Now, firm your lower abdominal. Firm your upper rib cage area, okay? So now your core is nice and active. You're lengthening your tailbone straight to the right ankle. When you're ready, this time open your branches. So lift your fingers up to the ceiling. If you want to challenge your balance, you can close your eyes. Take another inhale. Palms together in prayer, exhale. Bend the left knee to the chest, inhale. And then with control, exhale, bring your foot down. Okay, keep your feet right under the hips. Here comes your first side plank variation. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, open up, fold forward to your thighs, breath out. Halfway lift, inhale, flat back. Walk your hands to the top of your mat into high push-up. So first, open your foundation very strong. So your palms, remember, fingers are wide apart. There's no space between the palms and your mat. So glue the bottom of the index finger into your mat and find the bottom of your pinky finger too. Good. Now, some of you might choose to stay here or keep your left hand where you have it. Drop onto the outer edge of your left foot and the inner arch of your right foot. So both feet are on the ground. Push the floor away with the left hand, lift your right hand to the ceiling. So this can be your modified side plank. You're hugging your spine with that left shoulder blade as you move it back towards your spine, okay? Right hand is to the ceiling. Option to bring your right leg on top of the left, or option to bend your right knee and then find your tree pose variation just the way that you did a moment ago while standing. Reach high with the fingers, set your gaze to the floor, lift your hips more, press your thigh into your foot instead of the opposite. Take another breath. Exhale, right hand down, keep your tree pose if you can, or step your right foot back. Inhale, rock forward with your shoulders. Exhale, halfway down, low push up. Inhale, up facing dog, open up your chest. To downward facing dog, exhale, lift. Inhale, come forward into plank. Shoulders on top of your hands. Set your foundation strong, firm your abdominal. Now drop onto the outer edge of your right foot and keep your left foot on the mat. Lift your left hand to the ceiling. Gonna stay here or bring your left ankle on top of the right. Stay here or find your tree pose. So bring your foot to the inner thigh, but you remember, not on the knee. Good, look down so you can actually balance better. If you feel pretty stable, you can look to the left or up to your hand. Good, firm the lower leg as you lift your foot with your inner thigh. Take another breath. Option to keep your tree. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up facing dog. To downward facing dog, exhale. Take a breath. Open mouth. Take another inhale, seal the lips. This time, step or jump top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Separate your feet hip width apart or maybe even wider. Bend the knees a little so you're not squatting down. You're just softening the knees. Lift your right foot, bring your right hand under. Lift the left foot, bring your left hand under. Hasta Parangustasana. See if your toes can actually touch your wrists. You can wiggle your toes and massage your wrists. Stay here or bend your elbows instead and fall forward. If you cannot find your hands under your feet, then you can just maybe grab the if there's any tension on them from those planks. When you're ready, release your hands from where you have them. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up, bring your arms over your head. Exhale, hands to your heart center, Samasthiti. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, open up and fold forward, breath out. Halfway lift, inhale, flat back. With your exhale, step it back, either downward facing dog or take a vinyasa, your choice. Once you get on your down dog, settle in, take a breath. Open mat, exhale. When you're ready, lift your right leg to the ceiling. Exhale, step the right foot forward in between your hands. Bring your back heel down for warrior two. Settle into your place. Take a look at your right knee. Align it straight with your ankle and then move it to the right just by a little. Your thigh bone is moving into the hip socket. Hug everything in and then stretch your tailbone down to the ground. Your arms are wide to the sides. Breath in. Where you are, breath out. And with your next inhale, reverse warrior. Reach your right hand to the ceiling. Lift with your right hip crease. And then exhale back to warrior two. Twice more. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach your palm to the ceiling. This time, option to lift your right heel. Exhale, warrior two. Bring your heel down. One more time. Inhale, reverse warrior. Option to lift your right heel. Exhale, bend it, open your arms, heel down. Reach to the front, side angle. Right elbow on top, left hand to the ceiling. Create space from your right shoulder and your right ear. Choose your arm variation. Option to bring the left arm over the ear. Maybe take a half bind. And if you have props, you can use your block inside your right ankle or wherever you usually have it. If you bind, option to take a bind right where you are. You're leaning your top shoulder against an imaginary wall on your left side. With your next inhale, reverse triangle. Extend your right leg, reach your right hand to the ceiling as you squeeze your inner thighs, and then press your palm towards the back. Take another inhale. Exhale, rebend the knee, guard with your hands to the ground for a low lunge and pause. Push the floor away, lift your right leg to the ceiling, inhale. Now with your exhale, walk your hands to your left ankle, all the way to the back of your mat. Soften the left knee, bring your hands in prayer. Inhale, come up, bend the right knee into your chest. Set your gaze, you're on one-legged Tadasana. Catch your breath. Now options here, interlace your fingers in front of your knee and then hug the knee higher towards your chest. Now this is where some of you might choose to stay, or if you can, bring your left hand to your left hip, your first two fingers onto the right big toe. If you have a strap, if you know how to work with a strap, bring your strap over your right foot, and when you're ready, extend your right leg. Okay, so you're gonna push forward with your right heel and push down with your left leg. Yeah, your arm bone on the right hand, notice how it's moving forward where your toe is. Bring your arm bone inwards, so that your right shoulder is in line with your left shoulder. You're activating the back of your right shoulder. Maintaining that, stay here or open your leg to your right side. Uttita Hasta Parangustasana. Option to extend your left arm and send your gaze to that side. Your shoulders are stacking with your hands. Press the bottom of your fingers. Keep your right leg lifted. And then as you exhale, extend your right leg to the right side as much as you can. So see if you can tap the floor on your right. And then inhale into one-legged plank. Exhale, stretch it forward, tap the floor on your right. Inhale, send it back. Exhale one more time, bring your tap the floor on your right all the way to the right. Inhale into one-legged plank. Exhale, the push-up. Inhale, open up your chest. Downward facing dog, exhale. Take a breath in. Open mouth. Seal the lips, lift your left leg to the ceiling, inhale. Exhale, step it forward, back foot flat, warrior two. Good, and then take your time to get there. Settle into your space. Slow down your heart rate by deepening into your breath. Good, start to scan the bottom of your feet by pressing the bottom of the big toe and the pinky, the bottom of the pinky toes as well. Now root them with your heels. Maintaining all of that. Reverse warrior inhale, lift your left hand to the ceiling, press back with your palm. Exhale, back to warrior two. Twice more, reverse inhale with the option to lift your left heel. Exhale, warrior two. Once more, inhale, reverse warrior, lift your left heel. Exhale, warrior two. Reach to the front, side angle, left elbow down, right arm up. Choose your variation, extending the angle or lowering your hand to a prop. Maybe you have the flexibility to bring your hand all the way down to the ground, or you can work with your body. Notice your core area, hug it slightly in, so your ribcage are not popping forward, yeah? Everything is nice and flat at the center. You're rotating your heart to face towards the ceiling as you engage your back leg. 3 more breaths. Look down to the floor, reverse triangle, extend the left leg, lift your left hand to the ceiling. Now lengthen through your whole left side, firm your legs and then press it back. Rebend the knee, gargle your hands to the floor for low lunge. Three-legged dog, lift your left leg to the ceiling. Then walk your hands to your right ankle, all the way to the back of your mat. Soften the right knee, bring your hands in prayer. With your next inhale, one-legged Tadasana, rise up, bend the left knee. Interlace the fingers in front of the left knee, then hug it in towards your chest, but stand very tall. Imagine that there's a wall behind you, so you're leaning against that wall, especially your shoulders. Good, stay like this, or bring your right hand to your right hip. First, 2 fingers to the big toe. Move your left shoulder back in line with your right shoulder. When you're ready, option to extend your left leg. Okay, and it's okay if there's a soft bend on the knee. Just make sure that it's not painful or uncomfortable. When you're ready, extend your heel to the left side. Option to extend your right arm. Look to your right. And then notice your energy lengthening, running in every side of your body. Up with your head, out on your limbs, down with your standing leg. If you're ready, slowly bring your leg to the center. Firm your core, inhale, arms up. Exhale, standing splits, hands to the floor. Inhale, flat back on your chest. Walk your hands to the top of your mat into one-legged plank. So if you want to skip this, you can take your down dog or child's pose. You're on a plank. Firm your core. As you exhale, tap the floor on the left side all the way towards the front. Inhale, one-legged plank. Exhale, extend your leg to the left. Inhale, one-legged plank. One more time. Exhale, extend to the left. Inhale, one-legged plank. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale into up dog. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Take a breath in. Open mouth. Inhale through the nose. One more time. Open mouth. Now seal the lips. Inhale. Through your nose. Exhale. Now come forward into high push-up. Bring your hands right under your shoulders. Set your strong foundation on your palms. Now drop onto the outer edge of your left foot and keep your right foot on the ground for now. Lift your right hand to the ceiling. Good, now stay here, side plank, or bend your right knee towards your chest and hug it in. Stay here or grab the big toe with your first two fingers and then lift your leg up towards the sky. You're gonna push the floor away with your left palm and root down with the left foot. So the sole of your left foot is into the ground. Take another inhale. Exhale, plank. Inhale here. Exhale, low push up. Inhale into up dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, come forward, plank. Drop onto the outer edge of your right foot. Keep your left foot on the floor. That's the way for you to modify. Lift your left hand. Stay here. Or bend the left knee towards your chest. Hug it in. Or hold, grab the big toe with your first two fingers. Lift your heel. As you, the sole of your right foot, it's now on the floor. Take another breath. Exhale, plank. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Take child's pose, knees down. Sit back onto your heels. Take a breath. Open mouth. Inhale. Open mouth. Seal the lips, breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Come forward into a plank. And then exhale, come all the way down to the ground. Untuck your toes behind you and bring your legs together. Send your hands behind your back and just imagine you're gonna reach as far back with your fingers. Imagine you have a block between your palms and you're gonna actually press the block behind you. And if you have it, you can grab it. You totally don't have to. So you just bring energy between your palms. Now inhale, lift your chest, point your toes behind you. Shalabhasana. Option to interlace the fingers. Point your toes, inhale. Gaze is down, breath out. Take one more inhale. Exhale, bring your forearms under your forehead. Relax everything down. Bend your knees. Reach behind you with your hands. Grab the tops of your feet. And when you're ready, lift your toes. You can also extend the legs if you cannot reach for your ankles behind you. Lift your toes. Imagine touching the ceiling with your toes as you lift your ribcage. Take another breath. Exhale, lower forearms under your forehead. Bring your hands by your rib cage. Find your tabletop, hands and knees. To child's pose, exhale. Good, a seated position with your legs in front of you. Bring your palms together, tuck your chin into your chest, very slowly come all the way onto your back. When you get to the floor, give yourself a full body stretch. Pulling your toes, deep breath in. Open mouth. Bring your feet together, Pada Konasana, butterfly legs. Keep your gaze inwards as you close your eyes for a moment. When you're ready, bring your knees together to touch and then gently hug them into your chest. Open your arms wide like a T with your palms facing up, tabletop the legs, inhale. Now roll your knees to your right side, all the way to your right. You can even plant your right hand on top and then look to your left. Inhale, bring your legs to the center and then cross your legs to your left side. Roll them to the left. Look to your right. Inhale, bring your legs to center. Grab your arms around the legs, your forehead to the knees as you give yourself a really tight hug and hold it for 3, 2, extend the legs, open mouth. Final Shavasana, close your eyes. Close your eyes, fully surrender. Stay here for as long as you need to, at least 3 more minutes. The longer the better. But if you're ready, wiggle your toes, your hands, bring your knees into your chest. Roll over to your right side to face wherever you land. Cross the legs, sit up tall for Sukhasana. And this is another great place for you to be for as long as you need to. Your body is open and ready for your mind to settle in stillness. So you can take a short or long meditation, focusing on your breathing in and out through your nose. But if you're ready to seal your practice, bring your palms together for Anjali Mudra. We'll seal practice with a cleansing breath. Inhale through your nose. Open mouth. And bow down towards your heart. And with this gesture, I thank you for being here, for sharing your time, your energy, and your breath with me. Until next time, from my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you.